questions about how I am using Biblioplan with Heart of Dakota. Have I lost my mind? I don't think so. So the question would be, why combine two history programs? So with Biblioplan, Biblioplan is more of a classical model, and Heart of Dakota is very much more Charlotte Mason inspired. So all the books that Biblioplan suggested, or a big majority of their suggested books, was found for my fifth grader in the Resurrection to Reformation pack. So I had already been looking at Heart of Dakota for this guide to help my daughter transition into being more independent. And I love the fact that they are so Christ-centered. So that is my number one goal, is to find a Christ-centered curriculum. And I don't think I have found one yet that weaves Christ in and out of their curriculum like Heart of Dakota does. So that was a very huge reason for me to pursue Heart of Dakota. So I loved the guide. I loved the fact that they were Christ-centered. And when I saw that all the books that I was planning on buying to go with Biblioplan was already listed here, that it was a no-brainer for me. So here we have her. She will, this will be like a daily layout for her. So let's just look, for example, right here, like the story of the Middle Ages and monks and mystics. So those are books that I was going to buy and have her read through anyway. And so now the work's done for me. It tells her how to narrate it. It explains key tips to her. It even puts in some story time for her, read alouds, and then it ties in Shakespeare. It ties in art. All of the things that I was planning on doing, Heart of Dakota did for me. So this is to help my daughter be more independent, as well as to go deeper in her history studies. So most of the things here, this is most of the Heart of Dakota right here, came in the package, and it is scheduled for her through the guide. Okay. Now, do the two line up perfectly? No, they do not. But this was my thought process on that, was that even though the two guides do not line up perfectly symmetrical with exactly talking about the exact same person on the exact same day, there will be a lot of gentle repetition and gentle review, because Biblioplan is going to be a little bit ahead of Heart of Dakota. So when Heart of Dakota catches up, it's just going to be a gentle reminder for her of what we've learned through Biblioplan. Now, Biblioplan, for my fifth grader, we will use Remember the Days. So Remember the Days is basically a textbook, but it's written very well. It's not just dry information. So with Remember the Days, this is how I plan on doing it. I will read from Remember the Days to my high schoolers as well as to my fifth grader. Then my fifth grader will go to her Heart of Dakota, and she will look up her history for the day, reading about history. She will read this book and she will do this. Then also, they all together will do the independent history study, and they will listen to the What in the World CD for the day. So my boys are going to use some of this as well. And so while she is reading about history, my boys will read through their companion guide that goes with Remember the Days. So this will be more family style, but also have independent work. So with Biblioplan, I also purchased what I think I've already shown you, but the guides that go through the hands-on maps, as well as the cool history. So this is my fifth graders, And then both my high schoolers have one for their age as well. So with that, this is not something though that we will do every day. So I know this looks like a lot, but this is once a week. It's not too much. So on Fridays, well, let me back up. We will read out of Remember the Days 3 days a week, okay? On the 4th day, we will complete the 1 page out of Cool History for Middles and one of the maps, okay? And so that's for all my children. So on the 4th day, they do not read out of the Biblioplan books. They just do their hands-on activities, okay? So basically, the little notebooks replace the reading from the guide on the 4th day. And like I said in my Heart of Dakota unboxing, all of this, all the books that come with Heart of Dakota, are broken up throughout the year. So she's really only using 1 or 2 books at a time, on top of listening to the audio of What in the World. So Biblioplan gave so many great suggestions for more than just reading books like Heart of Dakota. They also gave several suggestions for Bible, for literature, for older kids, and I even picked up this famous figures of the Middle Ages and Renaissance, which is basically paper dolls, for my 5th grader. I thought she would love that. So Biblioplan suggested that. It also suggested this book for her. So all of her personal readings, I'm going to pull from books that Biblioplan suggested. So this is just a book, not really to have to do with history, but just for her to be reading independently. Okay, so I will get all her independent readers out of Biblioplan as well. Her handwriting also comes from Biblioplan, because with Biblioplan's guide, it has the family reading through the book of Psalms. So every day, it will tell you what to read out of Psalms. And so for our morning basket, that is the book of the Bible we are going to be studying this year, is Psalms. We're going to be memorizing out of Psalms. And so it's suggested for the 5th grader to use scripture scribes, savoring the Psalms. And so that will be her handwriting for this year. But then for my older boys, I decided to go with the British literature that coincides very well with Biblioplan. And then I am pulling different literature for them to read independently as they go.